News 46 is brought to you in part by
From Pearl Valley Disposal
and Joe Sanitation.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Yes, yesterday we had a meeting and quite a few people showed up at the meeting because I think there was some misunderstanding about some of the agenda items. And so I'd kind of like to talk about that a little bit, but preface it with the fact that the reason we are doing what we are doing is to protect the waters of Nye County. It's not to take anybody's wells away or anybody's rights or anything else. We're here to protect the waters of Nye County. In order to do that, one of the things that's necessary is that we have to have good scientific data. That means monitoring, metering, any way that we can collect data to prove what we have and what we're using to the state engineer. So I think it's really important. Several of the people were upset about how much the budget is, but it seems to me that about half of our budget is in gathering this scientific data, which is absolutely necessary for us to carry on with what we do.
For quite some time, many local residents were concerned about somebody coming in and putting a meter on their private wells.
Right, and there was an agenda item yesterday about metering. The reason it was on the agenda is to make people aware that the state engineer absolutely has the right to tell us that we have to meter our wells. However, we would like to be proactive. We would like to have a voluntary program where we will pay for the meters, and we're going to get 50, which is a good statistically significant number, 50 wells that are metered that are in this valley and various locations in the valley, to get an overall average of what the consumption is on a domestic well.
And as you mentioned, this is a voluntary program.
Totally a voluntary program. In fact, we're going to ask that the people who volunteer for this program also call in the information so that we don't have to expend resources to send people out to read the meters. So it's totally voluntary.
And gathering data, that's a very important concern.
Oh, it's really important. I mean, we are testing for water levels now in a lot of places. They have drilled a couple more wells, so that we have good data all the way around. We have a QA/QC program, which is quality assurance, quality control, so that our data would be irrefutable in a court of law. And this is extremely important and significant for us to continue protecting Nye County's water.
In terms of agriculture, you were telling me about this use it or lose it law?
Yep, there's a use it or lose it law. If you don't use your agricultural water rights within a 5-year period, they are subject to forfeiture. And because of this, I'm afraid that a lot of people will farm when they shouldn't be farming and just to use their water to protect their investment. I feel very strongly, and I know a lot of other states are starting to do something about this that have the same law. They're doing things to either extend the time period or find ways to bank the water so that it doesn't have to be used, because otherwise people are they're literally wasting water in order to keep their investment. And that's not a good thing. That does not promote conservation, which is the next really important thing that we have to get behind here.
I see. You were telling me about parcel fees?
Yes, the Nye County Water District was started on a grant, and that grant will be completely used up by June of this coming year. So we are asking that the commissioners put on a vote on whether or not we can collect a parcel fee on the tax bills. That would be the easiest way so that we don't have to set up like a collection agency or something. It could go right on the tax bill. Now, I want to make the point that what we're asking for is $8 per parcel per year. For that $8, people in this valley are going to get a dynamic team who is passionate about protecting the water here. And we have all kinds of hydrologists and stuff that work from the Natural Resources Department. We are passionate about what we're doing. And so you're getting a dynamic team for $8 a year. I don't think that's too much to ask.